Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Miss Phins Show. I am your host, Miss Phins. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming through, guys. Do me a favor if you haven't done so already. Please hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Oh man, I gotta ask it, Sherry. Oh, Lord. I gotta ask. You know, can Miami Dolphins get better next year, ladies and gentlemen? Why do I even ask that? You know what I mean? Um, Sometimes I wonder what's it gonna be? A general, a doctor, maybe an MC. I wanna kiss you all the time, but I will test that butt if you get out of line. True that. Why you do that? I'm trying to be a tough dad, but you be making me mad. Gracie Joy, when I see the eyes of my baby boy, I bet to you, I will always do. Let me know if you know that song. But what's up, Timothy in the building? Can we get better? Yes. Will we be better? To be determined. Oh, you stole my line, man. You stole my line. Good morning, Michelle, one of our awesome, awesome members. Shout out to Alkovich and always being in the first, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Good morning, Michael K. Welcome. Welcome. Delusional, welcome. Better only if you keep Tua. Really? Really? Where's AB? Do a time. That's funny. Good morning, Marinos. Go. Welcome. You guys are hilarious. If we fire Greer, we can get better. I'm loving all of this, all of these answers. Continue, people. Tell me. Can we get better next year? I mean, I guess the easy answer is yeah, you know. I agree with Timothy. Of course we can get better, but will we? This team, I'm telling you. I'll go with the Misfits. You see that Jamara Sky on my boy one? Yes, I did, actually. I watched it like 3, 4 times. It was awesome. That was awesome. I'm happy for him. Actually, that's my little brother's favorite basketball player, John Morant. So basketball. He doesn't know anything about the off the court stuff, but basketball wise, yes, that's his favorite. So I do know about Ja Morant. Um, but seriously, I mean, think about it, people. It may seem like a simple question, right? Like, can we? Will we? You know? I mean, yeah, we can. Will we? Do we trust this team to get better? That's another good question. Because sometimes I feel like I can't even trust my front office to do the right moves. I mean, take a look at it in the and there has been in the last 6 years so many questionable moves that you're like, I don't know if I can trust this front office. That's a problem. That's I think that's probably what gets me more upset than anything else. Obviously, we know. Listen, the goal of every GM, the goal of every front office is to be able to put the best team on the field to be able to get the best results, you know? But sometimes I almost feel like we don't even get a chance to really see the best if you think about it. Because we might have missed it. I mean, put yourself in this little scenario real quick. Take a look at the people that we had already gotten before the Tyreek trade, right? Obviously, this is 3 years ago. Before we even got Mike McDaniel. Let's say we never got rid of Flores. Well, we understand based on his defense, the defense probably would have kind of stayed the same. I would say top 12, right? Maybe dipped a little at times, but stayed relatively good enough. What most people said about Flores is that, oh, he can't build an offense. Hey, I mean, it's not even a lie. Man can't build an offense. He's a defensive head coach. So I understand when people say, the man can't build an offense. Well, I mean, that's wasn't his priority. So I get that. But what if we would have, and this is with Tua. I'm not even trying to get rid of Tua or nothing. Even with Tua, we were still able to go 10-6, 9-8, missing the playoff by one game each time. Ironically enough, it was either the Tennessee game or that one Bills game at the end of the season. For both seasons, they got us out. The win and get in. It was literally both games. Tennessee game, like 2 weeks before the end of the season, we had to win that Tennessee game. Nope, we didn't. Or it was you had to win that Bills game. Nope, we didn't. But what if we would have made the actual playoffs those 2 years? Hmm? With Tua and no weapons, because I think we could all agree, compared to this roster that Tua has had in the last 3 years, he had no weapons, right? That's what everybody always claims. He had no weapons. I'm just putting you in a different mindset real quick. Work with me here. Walk with me. And I'm still trying to see, did anybody realize what song I was semi rapping earlier today? Ah, Michelle. Okay, so Michelle knows, but what's the name and who sings it? Michelle, let the people know what song it was. Everything I can show you how to be a man. Man, I mean, you got it. Those were literally the next lines. I'm just curious, but she got it. She got it. Realistically speaking, if we make it to the playoffs with two and nobody's right, then there you go. That's my girl. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Phins, just the two of us. Will Smith, exactly. Love that song. I love that song. And I agree. Love that album too. Then there would have been no need, you know what I mean? If you think about it, there would have been no need. I mean, obviously, we would have still needed to upgrade the O line. We would have still need to have gotten to weapons. But take a look at it. It would have been Tua's first year with Fitz. We made it happen. Second year, it would have been on him, right? Them 2 years, we make the playoffs with no weapons. Remember, we didn't have weapons, but we also had a cap. Like we had cap space. We had we had picks. So we were able to trade up, interchange. So what he wanted to do, which was tear down the team, get many assets, get your franchise quarterback, start with what you know, defense, special teams. Year 3 of Tua, right? Ended up being year 1 of McDaniel. But if you're making back-to-back playoffs with Tua and that team, you don't think we would have, I know a lot of people say, we would have never gotten Tyreek. You don't know that. Maybe we would have. Maybe we wouldn't have. But you shown that you were able to go out and do it. Able to win with him. You know what I mean? The frustrating part, let's say we don't make it like we didn't, but we would have still kept Flores. in year three, right? Year three. You know the defense would you wouldn't have to have word on the defense. The focus, the money, everything would have been set for the offense. Let's go get guys. Let me go get you that O line you need. Let me get you the tackle. Let me get you the guard. Let me get you that center. Let me get you that protection that you need to. I have the money. I got the picks. Let's go get them. Right? You got you got that third year. Okay, we didn't make it the first 2 years. That third year, better O line, better weapons, same Tua, same that people want to say Mickey Mouse offense. That Mickey Mouse offense in 2 years won 19-11 or 19 and what was it? Uh, 13, 19-13. Still a winning record. Third year, we make it. That extra game. Maybe not win the division, but sweep the Jets, sweep the Patriots, maybe split with the Bills. If I'm not mistaken, we did split with the Bills. Make the playoffs, but now you got a wall in front of Tua. Now you got actual weapons, upgraded weapons with Tua. This is still with Tua. I'm not getting rid of Tua. I'm not nothing. We would have been in a much better position than what we are now. Where now we have three guys who are costing so much. I'm gonna pull it up here. So much in our, and I'm not breaking out contracts or anything like that. I'm gonna do that in the off season because right now we're still in season. You know, the season's not over. Super Bowl's still here, so we gotta wait till the season technically is over, right? But just simple math. You got your top three guys costing you the most amount of money. You spent $500 million to secure four guys: Tua, Waddle, Tyreek, and you ended up extending Tron Armstead. They're all offense guys. The money went to the offense. But what have we gotten in return? What up, beer guy? Welcome. What's going on, Miss Phins? How you doing, man? I'm good. Much better than last week. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Manzano says, get your first day quarterback, but it was the wrong guy and a guy who is injury prone. Yeah, but we could win with Tua. That's the thing. We can win with Tua. So even if he's injury prone, we can still win with Tua. That's what everybody says. You ever tried DJ? You got music knowledge only in the family parties? Yes, but not really. I appreciate it though. I love music, movies, all that stuff. So we're a very musically inclined family. Sports, music, movies, all that. But I appreciate it. Um, mm, that's the part that sometimes kind of gets me frustrated thinking about it. You know, what if we would have been year 5 of Flores versus year 3 of McDaniel? By year 5, again, you wouldn't have to worry about the defense because the defense it would have been already set. But I think you don't think that okay, maybe we couldn't get McDaniel year 2 like we wanted because 49ers said, nah, maybe year 3 we do get McDaniel as our OC. Hey man, work with Tua, work with the offense, and we give him his OC, give him his opportunity. Hmm? Now you know you got the defense, and you're taking care of the offense. I don't know. I think that we would have at least been in the AFC Championship, in my opinion. I think that we would have been in the AFC Championship, in my opinion, because now you've got Flores is no longer 2 years into 3 years into his tenureship. You would have had 5 years as a head coach, building his team. You know what's interesting? When Andy Reid went from the Eagles to, not even that, when he was in the Eagles, he was there for over 12 years. The only NFL head coach to have won 100 games in two different franchises. Andy Reid. Love that guy. To get your Super Bowl winning Andy Reid's, to get your Super Bowl winning um um Mike Tomlin, to get your Super Bowl winning Harbaugh, the Ravens guy. Those guys aren't there for 2 years. Those guys are there for 10, 15 plus years. They build the culture. They get that settled. Then they're able to go ahead and do it. When you're building the culture and you bring that from the ground up and you're able to go ahead and establish that, ladies and gentlemen, you can build upon that. You see here, TNT takes no talent, maximal conditions, hustling, enthusiasm, trusting and believing, avoiding pre snap penalties, QB center exchange, ball security, competing, knowing the game situation. Year 5, you're going to end up having a culture that you build that's going to end up being able to overcome certain things that happen. Miss Vince, Tony Dungy did it. He was over 100 wins with Bucks and with Bucks and 100 with Indy. That must have been afterwards, because I remember specifically the broadcast that it was when it came and it happened, and it actually said those specific words. But I mean, if this is the case, cool for him. So when I'm asking, can Miami Dolphins get better? Can they get out of their own way, ladies and gentlemen? Can the Dolphins get out of their own way? Because right now, the culture that we've built here under this regime, will we be able to get better? We're strangled. We have no money. We have so many old contracts, and I mean old players, with a quarterback that can barely stay on the field consistently every year. So you have a part-time left tackle, a a seasonal quarterback. You have weapons who are dinged up, missing games, and you have an offense that got figured out year 1, and you're not able to make adjustments. Year 1, it took 10 weeks for that offense, Mike McDaniel offense, to get figured out and get destroyed. But to and I remember having this conversation, Not all teams have the personnel to do what the 49ers and the Chargers did year one of McDaniel. So we can beat up on the bums because guess what? They're bums for a reason. I mean, that's why they're not good. But when it comes to actually getting good productivity, even if you have an average quarterback, especially when you had the number one overall offense, how do you go from that to dead last and not be able to make adjustments? They say, oh, well, you're more worried about the O line than we are. That's what the head coach, the quarterback, and the GM said. You guys are more worried than we are. What else are we supposed to say? Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you so much. So easy answer, of course, the Dolphins can't get better. They're gonna have to get better. You can't go back to back winning season or back to back playoff seasons to then below 500 and not even make the playoffs in back to back seasons. Realistically speaking, this is probably Mike McDaniel's last and Greer's actually last year coming up. Can we survive? What's that TV show you guys let me know? Surviving whatever. I forgot what it is. Um Surviving Chris Greer. That's what it should be called. Instead of Hard Knocks, we need a reality show named Surviving Chris Greer because this Dolphins team, man, cannot afford to have this GM and head coach deal. I just can't anymore. I don't see how we can afford it. And for people that say if Tua would have been available in those 4 games that he got put on IR, we would have won. Yeah, you're right. That's the problem. He wasn't available. And although they are backups, like I mean, we have Fitzmagic, right? There's still backups that are making good money. Don't cost team a lot, but they're winning teams games. Joe Flacco is number one option right there. Who's available? Well, I don't know if he's available. I think he gets signed with another team, but he's just there to make money. At this point, he's like, hey, I'm gonna get you 4 or 5 wins if you need them. Make my little money, keep it moving. He doesn't care. He already won his ring. He's already making his commercials and stuff. Chef Juice says, I'm sorry, but I know. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel that we'll win a playoff game with Greer, Matt Gase, and Tua, in my opinion, next season. If the difference is 3 major things have to change. Matt McDaniel will have to actually change his offense and start making adjustments in game. Two, Tua will need to go ahead and become and be available for his team. Don't put himself in situations he can't get himself out of. And 3, or Chris Greer. I mean, oh, now we're gonna focus on the O line. Okay, great. We focus on the line. O line. What will that do? Give Tua more time? Statistically speaking, guys, we know this. Statistically, when Tua gets more time, 2 things happen. he makes worse decisions or he injures himself. That's it. That's it. Takes a sack, get hit the wrong way. I mean, it's ridiculous. Every every time, every single time, with the exception of one that was done by was it the Bills? I don't know what team took that cheap shot in year 3 while he was standing, but he got back up. Eh, besides that one, that people don't even account that one as one. Every other time Tua has gotten injured, it's because he puts himself in that position. Every time. Every time, every time, every time. People think, oh, we have a bad O line, so we have to get the ball out quickly. We have to get the ball out quickly because Tua is unable to process the field and make good decisions with more time. By the time there's no time after he snaps the ball, if he is looking at the field, well, oh, I forgot he's a lefty. If he is looking at the field, the problem is he doesn't have the legs to scramble to get out of the pocket to extend plays. That's the problem. Matt Milano had that cheap shot with no penalty. Okay, you know which game I'm talking about. We were wearing all white. We were at home that first year McDaniel. It wasn't counted as one. He said it was a back injury or whatever, which it could have been. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Matt Gates needs to seriously give up play calling, right? And discipline his team, but he's too stubborn and selfish to do that and keep using the run game when it's working, Miss Phins. I'm telling you. Manzano says I rewatched the Milano hit. I don't think it was a cheat shot. He putting himself in that position to get hit like that, Miss Fins. That was in a great area. No, because the ball had already been called dead, and that was after the whistle. So yeah, no, it was a cheap shot. It was after the whistle. So, but anywho, even then, that's the problem. So, the minute we paid everybody, I told you guys, be ready. Even if we do good, even if we do bad, man, please go back to last off season. Check out those shows because I'm telling you, I was there. I'm telling you. Oh my guys, we paid everybody. Be ready to be stuck with this for the next couple of years at least. We're running this back. Did we peak last year? Was that prime McDaniel to Greer? Is that what happened? Did we peak last year? Was last year the best we're gonna see this team be? And from now on, it's downhill from there. Hey, good morning, Joe. One of our awesome members, Mid Milano. I know, one of the dirtiest players in my opinion, but it is what it is. His fans will still love him. Stuck, you mean get to have to it for more years? Hashtag to a time. Yo, delusional Patriots fan, you are hilarious. First team all injured. 22 was peak. So that very first year, you're saying? I mean, that very first year with McDaniel, we beat the Bills at home. I was there in that game and it was awesome. Not just that, we make it to the playoffs, right? We win 10 games. We go 10-7. Right? Did we go 10-7? Or was it 11-6? One of the two, but I'm pretty sure it was 10-7. Yeah, I was 10-7 because we were talking about with all these extra weapons, we just got the same amount of wins as Flores. Okay, but we made the playoffs, right? We made the playoffs, and we had to go with our seventh round rookie, man. And his team let him down. Imagine us winning that game with Skyler. Tua was on IR. He was out for the season. Second round. We're gonna have to roll with our rookie. Are the Miami Dolphins about to do what the Eagles did with their backup? Win a Super Bowl? I mean, that would have been awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That would have been awesome. But the same argument that I gave Carson Wentz, I would have given Tua. Because people would have been like, man, Tua sucks. He couldn't even win in the playoffs. Da, 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 da. Let's say we did win the Super Bowl, right? With Skylar Thompson. And I would have been like, are you guys nuts? If it wasn't for Tua, we would have never been in a position to even get into the playoffs. So what are you talking about? The same thing I say when Philly fans or all these other people are trying to talk about how it was Nick Foles that won that Super Bowl. I mean, he was the one that played it and played in the playoffs. But if it wasn't for Carson Wentz pretty much winning the entire season, they would have never been in a position to get into the playoffs for Foles to go ahead and actually get those wins in the playoffs. So that right there is just as much as a Super Bowl won by Carson Wentz as it was by Nick Foles. And I would have said the same thing. That Super Bowl is just as won by Tua Tagovailoa as it would have Skylar Thompson. Because if he doesn't get us there, we would never be able to even get an opportunity to take those shots. Good morning, Joseph. Good morning, Miss Phins. You know it's PHINS, right? Just saying PHINS, but okay. The players need to stop hanging out at South Beach. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. It's I'm telling you, it can get very frustrating, thinking about this team, all the different possibilities. But are we just being delusional thinking that we can actually get better? Or are we just gonna be in the same place that we are every off season? Chris Greer is gonna make some splashy pickup, makes a couple of moves here and there. Oh my god, can't believe we got this player. Get out of here. We're about to destroy this division. We're going to the Super Bowl. Listen, I'm super guilty of that, but I'm a fan. What can I say? I am a fan. Okay, and I'm gonna always enjoy that. I still think it's hilarious. Excuse me. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. So I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Let me put it on a poll. Which needs to have the best season next year? And then I'm gonna say it. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm gonna put in a poll. You guys answer this for me. Which needs to have the best season next year? And there is no all of the above option, okay? Because that is a duh. I mean, which one of these three guys needs to outperform themselves from what they've done in the last couple of years for us to be able to be successful? Is it Chris Greer? Does he have to go so ham, get us so many weapons that McDaniel and Tua have zero chance of complaining? of not making of or zero excuses of not making it? Or is it McDaniel that no matter what, no matter who Chris Greer gets or whatever, he needs to be the best coach. He needs to be coach of the year in order to overcome whatever players Greer gets him and whether or not Tua does play the whole game. Hmm? Michael, okay, where's the money coming from, his Phins? That's why he has to be his best. He's gonna have to figure that out. Or is it gonna have to be Tua? This Tua is Tua finally gonna put this team on his back? Mm? A lot of holes to fill with no money. True, true. I get that. Or is Tua just gonna have to deal with the personnel that he has on his team? He's gonna have to overcome his own head coach and actually take over this offense. And whenever he sees a play that he knows is not gonna work, instead of just snapping the ball, call an audible. Change out of the play into a different play that you know is gonna be whatever defense you see pre-snap. And if it's something about, and if it's something that they change up post snap, guess what? You make the adjustments and become that X factor on the field. Which one do you think will have to outperform themselves next year for us to have success? And success, I don't mean just winning one playoff game. Literally, all fans want to. I just want to play a playoff game and I'll be fine. I'm not gonna be fine. Why would anybody be fine with just winning a playoff game? Like, how could you possibly be fine with just winning a playoff game? Like, that's not even. What does that get you? What does that even get you? That gets you what? Now you're what do you call it? Now you're the Cowboys. Oh yeah, you make the playoffs to go nowhere every single year. Is that what we're talking about? Hmm? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what we're trying to say? Hmm? Bask in this, ladies and gentlemen. Longest active playoff win drought. Jets, Bears 14 years, Raiders 22 years, Dolphins 24 years. Is this all people care about? It's the goal of every team not to get a Super Bowl. Every team should be Super Bowl or bust. It should be Super Bowl or bust. What's up, Shake Buddy? Good morning. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for coming through. Hit that like button, guys. Hmm? Are the Bears gonna win before we do? Because apparently all fans want is just to get out of this. How do we no longer have to be one of the to have the longest playoff win route? That's it. I just I just want to win a playoff game. I just want to win a playoff game. Is that all that matters? Because I want to win a Super Bowl. That's what I want. Hmm? I want to win a Super Bowl. Winning a playoff game, great. Awesome. Winning the division, awesome, amazing. Ooh, home playoff game, let's go, let's get it, right? I'm still gonna be happy. I'm not saying I wouldn't be happy, but the truth is, does that even matter? Because I want to win a Super Bowl. I don't want to win. I don't want to just win a playoff game. I'm not satisfied with just a playoff win. Exactly. Joe says it. If we win one and then get smacked in the second round, who cares? Oh my God! But at least look. At least we're doing better. We won a game. When was the last time we won a play? 24 years ago. I mean, I don't know. 24 years ago. So that's why I'm like, sometimes I almost want to be like, wake up, wake up. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? You really think that this is the best way for us to be able to get to what we ultimately want, which is a Super Bowl? Do you honestly think this combination of QB, GM, and all that, you think that's gonna be uh, that's gonna be the formula we need to go ahead and do it and win? Look, like I say every single year, if you don't take care of your division, you're going nowhere. You're going nowhere. This is the most important thing, taking care of your division. Now we just put ourselves behind the eight ball because guess what? Jets, we know they're gonna be a hot mess. They're always a hot mess. The Jets will Jets. Just getting in the playoffs any given day, Sunday. True. None of that's a lie. Like if you get a shot at the playoffs, it's a shot, you know? But at the end of the day, only one team wins. 31 other teams lose. Can at least we be the 31st team to lose? Meaning if we lose, we're losing in the Super Bowl? If Dolphins go 30 years, season tickets should be half off. Man, we're already practically at 25 years with no playoff. It should already be half off. It's ridiculous. It's not that shocking of a stat considering the Pats and Bills have run the division the last 25 years. Our only shot is really wild card, and you typically lose those. Man, our only real shot is winning the division, period. That's it. Winning the division. Are we going to do that? Listen, Patriots just rebooted their entire franchise. Now they got the most amount of money. They got a promising young quarterback, which, from all intents and purposes, from what I'm seeing, they're probably going to build around him. They got a decent young quarterback, too, in Joe Milton as a backup to also develop or trade, whatever they end up wanting to do. New Jersey, they're looking to get new GM, new head coach, and pretty much build it from the ground up. Might not even have Aaron Rodgers next year. They're going to be bums. These two are going to be Patriots and Jets are going to be at the bottom of the division again. What you don't realize is Patriots will be third, Jets will be fourth. Don't be surprised if Patriots end up being second in the division next year. Look at the Broncos. They get Russell, pay all that money. After 2 years, get rid of him. Draft Bo Nix. Get a new head coach. Or got the head coach. Didn't work out with that quarterback. They got rid of him. Kept paying him. Drafted a young QB. And look at that. With that young QB, that new head coach made it to the playoffs the first year. Let me see if I can put this stat up. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Answer the call. I got a picture for y'all that you're gonna be like, no, Miss Phins, no. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, yeah. Take a look at me now. Let me enter the studio real quick. Let me add this picture. Y'all tell me what you think. Mm. Boom, 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 boom. Here it is. Mm. New England will be two. If they're two, I wouldn't be surprised. Green Rat, which team do you think fans in Florida haven't supported in the last 30 years? Please let me know. Because the only team that I can think of, and I would still say that's a lie, is the Marlins. Because 1997, I still remember as a kid, the Florida Marlins won the World Series. 2003, they did it again. Won the World Series. Both times the owner said, we're going to go ahead and dismantle the team, sell all the assets. When they had a young, cheap roster, they could have probably maybe even had an opportunity to go back to back wins. I don't know if you're referring to the Dolphins because South Florida is still a football town. Mm? But look at this. Look at this real quick. Look at this image, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this image. CJ Stroud already. Yeah, this is kind of weird. CJ Stroud already has as many or more playoff wins than each of these players. Man, I wish I could make this bigger. Hold on. Let me clear my throat. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better. Maybe. Okay. Let me try this real quick. Hold on. I think this one's better. So let me see. Fingers crossed. Yeah, this one's better. There you go. Now you can see it. But seriously, take a look at this. CJ Stroud already has as many or more playoff wins than each of these players. Dak Prescott 2 wins in 9 NFL seasons. Kirk Cousins 1 win in 13 NFL seasons. Deshaun Watson 1 win in 7 NFL seasons. Kyler Murray 0 in 6 NFL seasons. Tua and Herbert 0 in 5 NFL seasons. CJ Stroud, the one that everybody was saying, nah, man. CJ Stroud's going through a sophomore slump. I can't. He's going through a sophomore slump. Well, that sophomore slump won back to back their division. That sophomore slump back to back playoff wins. He's about to face the toughest matchup of his life, playing the Chiefs. That's no easy feat. And I gave him 3% chance of being able to beat the Chiefs. I can't even pretend like it's not even a thing. I don't know why people pretend like they're not. That's this is what we have to do it. Then I have to ask myself, guys, to who won the Tunsil trade? Green Rat, clearly you must not go to games because I go to Dolphin games and this whole notion of the Bills take no they don't. No they don't. Oh, they're 50%. No, they don't. Stop. The only time, and it wasn't even them, I have to say that it was noticeable where they probably had 40% of the stadium was Vikings 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. So stop. They don't make this a Bills fight. They don't. They travel. Don't get me wrong. They buy a lot of tickets. The NFL per NFL, they have to have certain amount of tickets available for the away team. That's the standard across all teams. But this notion of um, what do you call it? Bills take up. No, they don't. They don't. They don't. Good morning. What's up, Adam S? Welcome, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do we think that these players, all what is it, 2, 4, 6, all six of these players, do you think they have weapons on their teams? Yes. Have they had opportunities to put their teams in a playoff position more than once? Yes. And clearly they haven't been able to get much success in the postseason. That was the year Vikings roasted our whole division. Yeah, the Vikings destroyed our division that year. They literally beat everybody. Everybody. So the all these players got teams around them. But at this point, it looks like the Tunsil trade ended up being if the Texans get a Super Bowl with CJ Stroud, they can thank Bill O'Brien for their success. Because if it wasn't for Bill O'Brien, literally gutting the entire team, then getting fired, gutting the entire team and giving away every asset possible, and getting Laramie Tunsil, funny enough, yeah, they struggled for a couple of years. But funny enough, in that same amount of time, they've been building They've been building the proper way through the trenches. Defensive line, offensive line. So that's the thing that we gotta think about, guys. Building through the lines. Those are the ones that make the difference. Mrs. How many content creators of Dolphins have season tickets and go to the game? I don't know. What am I? I'm not a ticket rep. I don't know. I know I go to every game, but I can't tell you what, like, who has a season ticket or not. Like, I have no idea. Go ask them. Like, it's no possible way for me of knowing that. But this graphic right here goes to show that if you give your team and you have the right GM, you may have to get rid of a head coach, but you have the right GM making the right decisions and you build the team correctly, you're able to have success. And the Texans are showing you that. And at this point, Texans, yeah, they're in a much better position than we are. No other way of putting it. No other way of putting that. The Texans are in a much better position than we are. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. And that's probably what makes it more frustrating. I mean, the Patriots are in a better position than we are. And funny enough, the Jets are in a better position than we are. What do you mean, Miss Phins? They at least got rid of their GM and head coach. They felt they needed to take this team in a new direction. Pull the plug, poof. Let's keep it moving. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At least. I ask you guys, which need, or I should have said who needs to have the best season next year? Like astronomically outperform themselves in their role and their duties. 43% of you guys said Mike McDaniel needs to outperform himself. He needs to overcome the personnel that Greer gets him and the fact that he's got a limited quarterback. He's gonna have to make the adjustments in game, pre-game, and post-game. 31% said Tua, 25% said Greer. Relatively speaking, okay. I can see why you would say that. I'm not too entirely shocked by this. So you're saying that we need more help in game than anything else and setting up for games. That's what this is telling me. That's what this is telling me. I'm telling you, man. Oh man. It's crazy to think that this is something as simple as everybody doing their jobs. But yeah, we got to get more out of what we've already invested. I agree. We invested a lot in Matt McDaniel. Put a lot of trust in him. We got to get more out of him. We got to get more out of Tua. We have given and we have believed, and we have moved forward with Tua for so much. We got to get the most out of Tua. And Chris Gear is going to have to bat 1,000 at this point to put us in the best position he possibly can. Good morning, Lance. Welcome, sir. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, guys, thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Also, too, if you're everybody catching on Twitter and Twitch, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming through, guys. Hit that like button, guys, and subscribe. The easiest way to answer this question that I asked you guys: can Miami Dolphins get better next year? Yeah, of course they can. Will they? Will the Miami Dolphins get better next year? That's what we have to see. That's where we're gonna have to check it out. That's when we're gonna have to see if we can overcome ourselves and our own faults. It's always give him one more year. I don't get it. He's not that QB. They want to give him one more year. Give him one more year. Fine. But at some point, we're not. We're gonna stop being Phil Mickelson, and we're gonna start being We're gonna start being dead last in this division. And if you don't get the reference, well, then I can't help you. And if you don't know who Phil Mickelson is, Google it. You'll see what I mean. Something's got to change. We can't do the exact same thing over and over and over again and expect for us to win when it's not working. Something's going to have to change. We're going to have to overcome these faults that we have. We do that, we're good. How many games is Tua missing in his career? I think he averages like 3.5 games a year. 5 years, that's 15 games. You could say 15, 16 games. Practically an entire season in the 5 years he's been in the league. Well, that's not fair because he didn't get to play first half of his rookie season. So that's stop. How many rookies get thrusted into the starting position? We bought a broken product, guys. That's also on him. If Tua would have never gotten injured and we would have never won whatever, and we would have been the number 1 overall pick with him, it's the general consensus that if Tua would have never gotten injured, he would have still been the number 1 overall pick. Above Burrow, would have been him and Burrow. But then the Dolphins, of course, would have gotten exactly what the Panthers are getting. Get the number 1 overall pick, and it's the number 2, the Aiden Hutchinsons, the Jaden Daniels, the CJ Strouds who end up being better. The number 2 pick versus the number 1. They said he's NFL ready. He was NFL ready. Oh man, the marketing campaign, man, was strong with that one. 15 out of 4.5 seasons is still bad. Yeah, exactly. That's practically an entire season. That's bad. To only have one playoff appearance? That's not true. We went to the playoff twice. Tua didn't play in that other game. He's only had one playoff appearance. Granted, because of him, absolutely helped us get into that playoff, but he only has that one playoff appearance. Do I have to bring this puppy back up? You guys see it. It's not me, and it's not just Tua. This is throughout the entire league, guys. This is a problem. Do we think that these quarterbacks can make it happen and have more than just 1 or 2 wins or more than 0? It's possible. But then you'll have teams that are outperforming them. Super sad. This is super sad. This is what we're relegated to, man. It's frustrating as a fan base. It's super frustrating. But guys, you can catch Misfits every Monday to Friday, guys, during the regular season, Monday to Friday. Every single Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, guys. Come check it out. I appreciate all of you guys. Tomorrow, you can go ahead and come and watch, guys. We will be having the game preview in details for the Bills Ravens game. That should be a fun game to watch. So come check it out tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'm telling you right now, listen, because it's a divisional game, that's probably why that's going to be the most important game for us to watch. You know what I mean? Out of the four games showing, I think that one's going to be the biggest one for us being in the division, within the division. But Battle of the MVPs, man, it sells itself. So really, we have no playoff appearances because we didn't show up in the playoffs. Yeah, you can say that. Sure. Technically, we did. We had two of them as a team. Two only had one. We would have hosted at least one playoff game if we were in the South like Houston. Why are we okay with lowering our standards? I never understood anybody saying, well, if we were in a different division, we'd have opportunities all the time. Why is it okay? And this is a societal issue that I have personally. Why is it okay to lower standards just so people can make it happen? Are you kidding me? No. If you can't meet the standards, too bad. You don't meet the standards. Step up your game. And that's across all of life and the whole world. Step up your game. Why are people so easily okay with, well, if we were in a different division, and I'm not signaling you out, Joe. I love you, man. It reminded me. You're not the first one that I've heard this from. Every year, well, if we would have changed like before, when we had the opportunity. Like, okay, so you rather lower your standards than being held to the high standards that our division has held? Soup. Let me get the Super Bowl wins by division NFL game. Let's see how many Super Bowl wins by division. Hopefully, my little AI thingy can happen. Okay, here's the full leaderboard of Super Bowl titles by division, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, which which NFL team has the most Super Bowl titles? Well, we know that. I'm gonna ask you that question. If you don't know that, let's see who knows that. Which team did it first, and then which team tied them? Number 8. Number 8. The AFC South with 2 Super Bowl wins. Number 7. The NFC South with 3. Number 6. The NFC North with 5. Those are the bottom 3 divisions. AFC South with 2, NFC South with 3, and NFC North with 5. Then you've got, let's see, 5. Where is it? That's number 6. Who's number 5? Okay, then we have 2 divisions that are tied for 4th. NFC West with 8, AFC North with 8. Then you got your top 3 divisions, ladies and gentlemen. Who can tell me are the top 3 divisions? I pretty much named all the other ones, so there's only 3 left. Which is the top 3 divisions, guys? Hmm? There are 2 divisions tied for second. Two divisions tied for second. Mm, mm, mm. AFC East, West, and NFC West. Yeah, those are the last three. Which one is the number one division? I'm just curious to see if anybody knows which is the winningest division in the NFL. Hmm? Which one? The one with the most Super Bowls, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thank you so much, guys, for coming through, showing your love. We got almost 100 people in here, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Hit it. Hmm? Timothy says AFC East. Lance says AFC West. Nope. The NFC East is number one with Super Bowl titles, 13 of them. The NFC East, 13 Super Bowl titles. Then you got number two, AFC East with 9. Number three, AFC East West with 8. Which I think they messed up, but tied for yeah, you got the AFC West with 8, the North with 8, and NFC West with 8. AFC East has 9 titles. And then there's 13 by the NFC West. East, sorry. NFC East. So, I mean, you can say what you want. My division. I don't want to be the AFC South. Because yeah, you can talk about, oh man, we'd make the playoffs so easily if we were in the AFC South. Okay, cool. Do you know what the AFC South also holds? The least amount of Super Bowls. I want to be somewhere competitive. I want to be somewhere where we have a shot, where you gotta raise your level to make it. Anybody that wants to go to AFC South, feel free. But what you gonna do? Nothing. It's only been 2 Super Bowls out of that division. So yeah, whether people like it or not, the AFC East is where we're at. Second best division of all time. I know, Joe. I know you were referring to the graphic that I showed. You're saying that it's much easier to win 2 playoff wins being in the AFC South, is what you're saying. I get that. But are we just looking for playoff wins or are we looking for Super Bowls? Because last time I checked, at least per the current Super Bowl standings and the way that the playoff works, you just have to win your division and you get a home game. That's all you got to do. Win a division and you get a home game. Dolphins do that? Nope. And that's the thing. I almost feel like we're being let down. I don't want to lower my standards to be in the AFC South just because it gives you a chance to get a home playoff game. Every division gives you a chance to get a home playoff game if you win your division. I get it, Joe. I get it. Trust me, I get it. You're only as good as your competition. Maybe. Maybe. Tua will be great in a Yo, you can't make this up. You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious. Oh my gosh. That's funny. That is hilarious. But I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, if anything, see, okay, maybe it's me, maybe that's my competitive nature, but if somebody told me, hey, look at this, I'm gonna be like, ooh, I'm gonna do everything I can to get on top. I love to prove people wrong. Oh, you can't do this. Okay, watch me. That's the mentality that you need to get. But I mean, at this point, what else can you expect from from your franchise and your organization? Now, now listen to this. You got CJ Stroud. Remember, he's been working, or I guess the team they have revamped themselves after 3, 4, 5 years of turmoil. Right? Justin Herbert just got a brand new head coach. Already changed the culture year one. Already made the playoffs. Lost the game. Obviously, not a good outing for that offensive for Herbert. I get it. 4 interceptions, bro. You're not gonna win unless you're Kirk Cousins. Like, that's the only dude that manages. Was it him? No, no, no. Jared Goff. Sorry, the man manages to get 5 interceptions and still somehow win the game. I mean, that is classic, classic Jared Goff. So Herbert, he's got a new situation there. So does Texans. They've been working on Arizona. Same old, same old. Miami. Same old, same old. The Browns. Guess what? Now they go another year without their starting quarterback, who got injured again in the same Achilles heel. Now they're gonna have to revamp and figure it out. Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. Hey man, Michael Penix Jr. is looking pretty good. That whole team is building from the ground up. And you got same old Cowboys. Well, guess what? They're about to get a new head coach. Good luck to whoever wants to be under Jerry Jones. To me, that probably has to be one of the toughest positions to be in. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? What if the Cowboys end up getting what the rumors are that they get Dion as head coach and Shador as their quarterback? It's still possible. We're not going to pretend like it's not possible. It's still possible. I mean, it's still absolutely possible. I'm gonna show you right now how flipping possible that puppy is. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Let me share this real quick with you guys. Uh, oh man, all I needed to do was change this. Oops. Oops, I did it again. Let me get let me get in here real quick. Let me show you the Tankathon. This is hard to look at. There you go. And we're back. We're back. Take a look at this. Take a look at this now. I'll make it bigger for you. Relax. Yeah, that's a good one right there. NFL draft 98 days, 10 hours, 34 minutes, and 36 seconds. Guys, these are your top 6 teams. But the Cowboys are not even they're picking 12 before Miami. Okay, because teams don't know how to get up in the draft. Like, is that really what we're saying? Mm, mm. Cleveland, clearly in need of a quarterback. Tennessee, 2. Giants, 3. New England, if they're smart, they don't focus on that and they focus on positional players. Maybe even linemen. Jacksonville, some would argue they need a quarterback. Others would say you got to get that O-line, man. You got to get O-line help. Same thing with Las Vegas. You need O-line help, but they need a quarterback. So are they going to get a veteran or are they going to get from the draft? There's really not that many guys that you might think might be all that in a bag of chips. So, yeah. Like, that's going to be very interesting to see. But in this same scenario that I'm showing you, the exact same scenario, guys, even with as bad as they play, ladies and gentlemen, even these organizations are still trying to do something better for next year. Obviously, it's not the off season yet fully. The season's still on. We're done with our season. We gotta see what our GM and head coach does. And can our quarterback stay healthy the entire season? Are we going to get a return of our investment of the $500 million we spent on this offense last offseason? Are we going to get a return of investment? Because right now, 8 and 9 is not it. Like, that is for sure not what we're looking for. In the second best all time division, the AFC East. Come on, man. Teams are going to get faster, younger, better every single year. You got to meet that same mentality yourself. So we put ourselves in a position where we need to make moves. But with what money? Don't worry, we'll talk contracts this offseason. Believe me, there is plenty for us to talk about it. But at least I wanted to just ask such a simple question. Can we even get better next year? Quick answer, yeah, we can. Will we? Another question you could ask is, what does better mean? Us going to the playoffs? Again, having a winning season, is that good enough? Ooh, winning a playoff game! Oh my gosh. The Miami Dolphins have won a playoff game. Hmm. I remember another time when we drafted 13. Those were the good old days. But I'm serious. That's where we're at right now. Where we really got to be like, okay, I don't know about all that, but maybe not. Maybe this might be the team that we're looking for. Maybe not. Maybe these are we got to see what they do. Stephen Ross says we're going to run this puppy back because we were riddled by injuries. Armin Tunsil was 13, wasn't he? Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure it was 13 that he fell to us because of that picture. There was also another guy that we picked up at 13 too. Miss Phins, if you were Dolphins GM, would you trade up or down or stay? Mm, excellent question. It depends on what else I do prior to the draft. It really does depend because you have to consider this. If we are going to stay with the players that we have, right? We got to figure out contracts. We only have 37 players signed for next year. We need 53 plus the rookies plus practice squad, right? I'm all about getting opportunities and getting as many picks as you possibly can. Do we trade guys in the off season to try to pick up pre June 1st to pick up some assets? Or do we do it post June 1st to save some cap space? All of that has to be taken into consideration. Traditionally, I'm with you. I'm trading down. Usually, I would trade down. Usually, I would. If I'm able to stay trade down and still stay in the top 20, and I can get a lineman, because the only thing I want is a D line or an O line. Period. D line or O line. But you have Patrick Paul. Why do you need a tackle? I want a tackle. I want another left tackle. But you have Austin Jackson. We need a guard too. Give me the best guard in or at least a top 3 guard in the draft. If I can stay above 20 and still maybe pick up a couple other assets, if we drop down from 13 down, yeah, I'm willing to do that. Or BPA, best player available at that time. It's the only thing I feel like you can do. But obviously, we'll talk draft once we get closer to it, guys. But for now, I just wanted to get those juices going, guys. Just so we can think about it. But again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Miss Fin Show. I am your host, Miss Fins. If this is the first time you're watching, shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and Twitch. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitter and Twitch, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys literally are the best. If you guys can do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, please, guys, like and subscribe. Come over to here to YouTube. We've got well over 200 people watching right now live. Thank you so much, guys. Please hit that like button. Come over here to YouTube. It's simple. You go to my profile, whether on Instagram or Twitter or Twitch. Click on the link. It's there. It takes you directly to my YouTube. So that way you can go ahead and be a subscriber to the channel. That's all I ask. It's 100% free, ladies and gentlemen. 100% free to come over here to YouTube and hit that like button and subscribe. And shout out to everybody that showed their loves through donating for the channel to keep the lights on. Thank you guys so much. Um, I really do appreciate it. All the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Thank you so much, guys. Also, to anybody that donates their super chat, stickers, super thanks. I'm super grateful for all of you guys that show up every day and that really support the channel, go above and beyond, become a member, donate to the channel. Thank you guys. When you guys show your love, it really it shows me you appreciate my time because this cost me time and money. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you guys showing your love and telling me you appreciate my time by doing that. So, guys, 100% free. I know with this economy, not everybody can donate, but if you could at least subscribe to the channel on YouTube, I would really appreciate it. My goal is to get to 2,000 before the Super Bowl, and I get it. We're less than a month away, but I believe in us. I believe in us. Yes, hit that like button and subscribe on your way in and your way out. Everybody watching and catching the replay, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You guys are the best. Stay tuned tomorrow. We will be having our game preview, guys. We will be having our game preview. We're going to preview the Ravens Bills game because it's still a divisional game. Obviously, Bills are part of the division, so we're going to be doing that. It's going to be in detail, matchup to matchup. Their offense for the Bills versus the Ravens defense, and vice versa. Show you where they are in the season, what their matchups look like, different things to point out. Obviously, two different um two different candidates for the MVP position. It should be phenomenal to come and see that. So guys, hit that like button. Thank you so much for coming through. Take care. Be blessed as always. Shout out to everybody that came here. Go Birds. That's because yeah, if you're a anyone else in the AFC except Bills fans, you're rooting for the Ravens. Of course. Of course. So but guys, thank you so much. Bills losing will be wild. Look, listen, it would be wild. Even more wild is if the Texans manage to beat the Chiefs by some miracle, which I don't think it'll happen. Ooh, that's gonna be amazing. But yeah, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming through. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning sharp, 8 a.m. Eastern, guys. Come check it out. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Have fun. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay? Bye bye.